Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be showing what I used for the energy production in the mod pack Rustic waters. These methods I thought were a little easier for me and produced personally I think better source of power. I did not follow anything from the quest books power line, as you can see here. I did the first one and that was it. Completely avoided it. So, but regardless of that, I'm still producing more than enough power than I need, so figured I'd let you guys know. And to start off, we've got here the Steam Dynamo. This one's basic. You can upgrade them with the upgrade kits, as well as use augments with them to increase their efficiency, or speed, or output, things like that. This one needs to be upgraded to use the augments. It simply requires water and a solid fuel, so you can use wood, logs, coal coke, charcoal, bunch of different burnable things you can use in a furnace to produce power. Each item will produce different amounts of power. And if you ventured outside your base into the ocean, found a dungeon or two and looted it, you may or may not have been able to acquire one of these. You should also be able to get it from a merchant. As you can see, it's a merchant trade. It was what I started with. It was very little power, but it got me through the beginning for the small amount of machines I had then. And as you can see, here you can look at the different amounts of power for each item. Coal, which you get from sieving, from strainers, I'm sorry. 24,000 RF for one piece of coal, and you get a lot of coal from these strainers, so I'd say it's a good start. You can set a tank or something to feed the water into it, and it's pretty easy to supply its fuel, so not too bad. You also find a lot of them, so definitely a good starting source of power. And since it's all here, the water wheels from Immersive Engineering were my next power source. They're a little bit more expensive, so as you can see I saved it all. The water wheel needs steel and water wheel segments. Those are crafted with bloodwood and creosote oil. The creosote you can make either the starting way with charcoal in purified water, or you can make it using those things that look like giant furnaces. I can't remember the name now. Still can't remember the name. But either way, you can produce the creosote. And to get the bloodwood, you have to have gone to the Nether to acquire a bloodwood sapling. They grow at the top of the Nether, just hanging down, and they will drop the bloodwood, which is what you need. Either one will work, I believe. Take it and turn into bloodwood planks, like that. Then with that, you'll go into a trader's workshop. Don't mind that. That's just me trying to make a couple more lassos. Let's put that away. And I need a little more. Didn't grab enough. Think that's enough. You'll simply make this pattern to make the segments. I have no creosote. Let's grab some. There we go. So creosote oil, bloodwood planks in this pattern makes a water wheel segment. You'll need 4 of these to craft the water wheel, which I already have 3. Let's craft a few more to show you. I don't need 48. There we go. So if we just craft a couple more, lock and just shift click it in. There we go. We've got 4 water wheel segments. And then get yourself 1 steel ingot, and you can do it in any crafting bench. It doesn't have to be a terminal or that. I think this one's empty. And just 4 water wheel segments around a steel ingot will get you a water wheel. Now this you will use with a Kinetic Dynamo. The Kinetic Dynamo is made with redstone, iron, and a copper coil block, which is not very expensive, just 8 copper around a treated stick. The copper wires are made with copper plates, and the copper plates can be made with 1 copper each with a chef rat, or a compactor. I think, yep, the steam hammer also uses 1 copper to make a plate. You can also get them from treasure chests with a decent drop chance. It's probably not as high as you'd like. Or you can just use 16 copper and make 8 plates in the blacksmith workshop. So if I grab some copper and do that real quick. And there we go. Copper plates. I made a lot of extra because why not? Now, whoops, wrong table. Let's make 8 copper wire, get a treated stick. I have none, can't make it that way, forgot. I think it's here, no, yep, it's here. And in the workshop, treated planks to make treated stick. Then in the engineer's workshop, 1 treated stick, 8 copper wires, makes 1 copper coil block. Real easy. And then 1 copper coil block, 2 redstone, 3 iron to make 1 Kinetic Dynamo. To use it, you will require, I have all mine outside, but you will require water, the Kinetic Dynamo, anywhere from 1 to 3 water wheels, and that's it. You know, some way to transfer the power. The energy conduits are what I'm using. They're pretty affordable. You can use whatever you want though. We will go up to the surface and I will show you how to put it together. So, farm. Here we go. I know, it's a mess even up here. Here's my little... Yes, still love that. Alright, gotta get a little closer. Get some wood. I got plenty of it, that's why. Alright, so to put it together, simply build out a bit. Didn't mean to go that far. Place your Kinetic Dynamo, and it will place facing you. So this black circle is where you will place the water wheels. So go ahead and grab your water wheels. I have 4, but 3 is the max you can use on 1 dynamo, and you will place them right there like so. It is fairly big, so you'll need a bit of room, and you can place 3 of them like so. That is the most 1 dynamo can support. You could probably put 3 more and then the dynamo on the other side to really maximize that, but I'm not going to do that. You can't put another dynamo on this side, it won't double your output, it'll only read from one dynamo, which is kinda sad. I thought that'd be kinda cool, but oh well. I seem to be freezing. There we go. I'll fix that. Now here you will find the top block. Ah, that's funny. I don't think I can place water up here. So we're gonna have to move down a block. Let me get my axe. Yeah, this is unfortunate. I will be right back while I move it. Alright, so I've gone and moved it down 2 blocks and added some blocks around it just so that I can place the water. The water, you'll place a source block right at the top. You'll see there's an outline of the blocks. You can stand on it and then it'll go down and it will flow along it to turn the water wheels. So like so. Here you'll see now it starts to move. You can have up to 3 wheels, which means 3 source blocks. And with each one it'll turn a little bit faster. And going down the side will also increase its speed. You can also have it go down and under it to maximize the 3 sides you can use it with. Sadly, you can't make water flow up, so that'd be neat, real efficient, but can't. And doing this will provide energy. So as you can see, looks like it's not showing me. I have no energy conduits on me. Flux ducts? Nope. Alright, well, I'll show you my setup down there, but it is producing power. You can put a energy cell. I cannot type today. One of these on it. You cannot craft them, sadly, but you can get them from treasure chests, which you'll find a lot of underwater. You can also find them in dungeons, which I think you can just barely make out down there. I've got 5 of them from treasure chests and dungeons. They're not quite as common, but they're still there, pretty easy to get, so just slap some energy conduits or some flux ducts of any kind. Here we go. Leadstone, nope, can't make that. I guess no flux ducts, just energy conduits. Sorry, did not look that up first. I thought there were flux ducts. But yes, energy conduits on there to extract the power. And home. As you can see here, I've got 2 in that room and 4 on each wall here, except yes, also on this one. They provide right here about 99.3 RF to 100 RF per tick for each one of these, with water going down the top, side, and bottom of them. And with 4 of them, it's about 299 to 300 RF per tick. I think I did my best to figure it out, on my own at least, and just kind of use these to figure it out. So, don't know if my math is right. I could probably be dead wrong and not know it, but that's what I came up with. So, I've got quite a few of them. I don't want to do the math. Actually, let's do it. 300, 900, about 2,000, 1,100 RF per tick, I think, I'm producing from just water wheels. And they're not too hard to make, as you saw, fairly cheap, so just copper, treated wood, and a little bit of steel, one for each water wheel. So you get quite a bit from that, and it's a good early game source of power. It is passive, so you don't have to monitor it, don't have to fuel it, nothing. You just need to build the little casing to hold back the extra water, have water going in through the sides, and as you can see, barely mine is turning pretty fast there, so producing plenty of power to start with, and those alone can support a very small ME system or most of your just basic non-upgraded machines. So I thought it was very helpful and a better source of power than what the quest book wants you to do. It definitely was also easier to build. So it's a good start. Now, to transfer power long distances, I doubt you want to make a ton of conduits. They are useful, not too expensive, but a little annoying to make. As you can see here, aluminum plates, aluminum, the wires, and the conduit binders, not expensive at all. A little end stone, which I started off by getting from the little end portal rooms that you find, the structures. Since they're made of end stone, I just stole that, you know, and used that to make my first conduits. And it was pretty easy, but I didn't want to make 3 stacks of it just to go to the surface if I placed some more of those those water wheels up there, or wind turbines, I think they're called. Windmills. Why'd I say turbines? But oh, that's why I said turbine. So, but if you use windmills or water wheels or whatever you use and it's on the surface but you want it down here, I don't think you want to make 3 stacks of conduits. So I recommend save a bunch of gil, worth it, and get an energy transfer node, and then just 100 more gil to get these GPS markers, and they will allow you to transfer the energy wirelessly from whatever's producing your power straight to your machines or to your storage. So as you can see over here, I've got 2 energy transfer nodes on my storage. It starts going in there, just, you know, follows through. And they're exiting from the side and top. This one's full of GPS markers. You can customize how much RF per tick you want to transfer. It's quite a bit. I think it's per tick. Who knows? And they're going to all my machines. So the void ore miner here, as you can see, is full of energy. It's being provided by, I think, this one. Yep, tier 5. My smelter, which is upstairs, is being provided power that way, as well as all the machines over here, since I did not want all these cables going over. So all these are being provided power by those. And as you can see, I did upgrade my farm a bit. Now, look at that. I'm making a ton of these every second. So that is quite a bit of money. That is a lot. So let's see. $2,000, 2,000 gil right there. And I check back. I'll have one more in just a moment. Yep, just a moment. 20 gil already. My farm is very effective. I'll probably show that if I'm back up there again. So, but if you can get your farming automated like I did, you can produce all the gil you need to be able to get those energy transfer nodes. And I'm sorry, Slime, but I want to be over there for a moment, so you have to go. Forget. Just more small slimes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I really just don't want to be bothered. That's all. There we go. So, the silic which is a green apron, has those trades, and it's only 600 gil for one energy node and one GPS marker, so it's not too much. No, 1001 gil. 2001 gil. I completely got those wrong. So if you simply take your hundreds, do that, you can get the 500 gil. And now I'm gonna go ahead and buy another. Don't know why that was still there, but there we go. And so that's how you transfer your energy very efficiently to all your machines. Alright, now I know you see this and you're like, there's no way I'm building that, even early on. But it was not too bad to build. This is a little bigger than the smallest one you can make by one block in each direction, but I personally think it is definitely worth the cost of building it, because I have mine producing nowhere near the max it can. Most of these are 100% inserted, these two are 70, and this one's at 0, but it is producing about 2,500 RF per tick, and can definitely get much higher. I keep it like that so that the energy buffer never fills up, so I know that it's always using all the power it produces, as well as so that I conserve fuel. As you can see, I only have 1.4k and a stack in here, and because I don't want this filling up. But it is a little bit of work to get. As you can see, the extreme reactors, let's just grab that. It takes a little bit, you gotta have some uranium. The redstone alloy was what slowed me down, so just to get silicon, smelt nether quartz dust. So that's pretty easy to get, just grind down some nether quartz, some diamond, uranium, which you can find by mining down below, or from your void ore miner if you have one. And if you take the uranium ore and go ahead and put it in a pulverizer, oh, it does not work with this one. Here we go, yes it does. One uranium ore in a pulverizer will make 2, but with the augment tectonic initiator you can get 3. To use it, you need to supply it with tectonic petroleum, which is just petroleum dust melted in a magma crucible. I know it's a little annoying, but if you have some iron or gold mob farms, just capture a basals, however on earth you say that name, and a lasso, put them in the mob farm, and you'll get everything you need to make a lot of that. And I use it personally all the time because it's very cheap once you have the things you need, and a lot more effective, so I always use it like so. My void ore miner produces a lot of yellorium. Not right now because I focused on diamonds first, and now I'm focusing on these aethium crystals because I need those to upgrade this, but that probably won't happen for quite a while. And the yellorium you can also find from mining pretty much anywhere, but I find it easier just go to the nether and mine out as much of the yellorium you find there, because it's quite common. Definitely not rare over there. If you can either fly with a jetpack or just build across, avoid the spiders, you know. It's pretty common, not hard to get, so it's definitely a good, an easy way to get the yellorium you need. Then, as you see here, you do need infinity shards, so you'll have to have gone to the end. But the infinity shards, if you can fly, or like I did at first, just build with a ton of wood to the different asteroids or mini planets, whatever they're called, you can get quite a few infinity shards. Once again, more redstone alloy, which it needs a lot, and graphite, which you get by just smelting coal, which once again you get a lot of from straining. So it's all easy to get a lot of, it just takes a lot of time. Then you'll need pistons, the reactor cells. It requires a lot of invar as well, which is just two iron and 1 nickel. So in the chemist workshop it was pretty easy to make all that. Went through a couple tools though, so had to make more. And once you have that, just make what you need for the minimum. So 1 core, at least 1 control rod and 1 fuel cell, 1 redstone power tap, 2 access ports, 1 for input, 1 for output, and if I do my math right, let's just actually go count because I'm lazy, sorry. About 20 reactor casings, 21 reactor casings should be, if I'm not mistaken, should be the minimum required to make the smallest reactor. And you'll just place the import and the access ports for import-export on the sides, the controller somewhere on one of the other sides, obviously, and the power tap on the last side, along with a conduit or energy transfer node, as you see here. Put in the yellorium to fill the core, to fill the fuel rod, and activate it, and you can get a decent amount of power out of it. So it's just a little work, but real good pay for the power. And like I said, yellorium's not hard to get. In fact, I think I've got a ton more just smelted over here from my alloy smelter. 783 was it? More. So that was fairly easy to get quickly. Just really stacks. I've got my 15 in my hand apparently. 64 in a separate chest as backup in case it ever runs out of fuel, you have no more yellorium, and you really need power to turn your ME system back on or to get your miner going again because you have no more yellorium. Just keep a stack of yellorium in a separate chest in case you run out, and if you do, just throw it in, turn it on max, and fill up your power buffer, which I do recommend you have a good power buffer. These energy cells, I believe I explained, but I can't remember, you can get from dungeons. There we go, sorry. You can not craft these, but you can get them from treasure chests and dungeons. Fairly common, actually, more common than I thought. And just get a upgrade kit. Resonant is the one I always like to stick with for power because I know later on when I get into the creative stuff, you know, the creative upgrades for this one, you will need a lot of power. I think ultimate, is there something I need to, there's something that needs power. Oh, this needs power. 50,000 RF or FE per tick at 250 million, so this is 250 million total storage. If I were to enchant them, I could probably get it much higher, but since each is 50, I have enough to do just one craft over there. So I've actually got it set up. I'm real excited. And if I can get that done, I'll probably use that creative upgrade kit on probably on a satchel. Get infinite creative crafting ingredients, you know? Start off with that. But that'll be for another time, you know? And so, get yourself a buffer, have it go through so that you never run out of storage and never waste any power. I have it just barely set, so as you saw the reactor, it's using all the power, but it's not filling up the buffer. But here, it stays full all the time, never goes down, so just enough to keep it full, but not enough to create extra. Most efficient. So yeah, and I personally think that that's about all the power generation stuff. As you saw, I didn't do any of this quest line for power because I really did not want to craft a ton of modularium and stuff. The ember stuff was kind of a pain to make a lot of. I'm sure the rest of that has more annoying things to make. And the generator does require fuel with ethanol, I think it shows. I'm not completely sure. Yeah, for that. And whatever it is, I didn't want to make power the required fuel unless I could get a lot of the fuel super easily. So that's why I went with just that and water wheels. And one more, which I almost forgot about, right down here. As you see there, I've got gelid cryotheum and blazing pyrotheum around. Let's go down there. It's encased in glass because we're underwater, can't have those touching water. Around. Can I not look at them? Here we go. Thermoelectric Generators. Sorry, my jetpack was freaking out there. One of these needs to be surrounded with a heat source and a cold source on opposite sides to produce power. You can't just put 2 heat and then 2 heat across and 2 power across. It won't work. It's got to be heat and cold. I'm sorry, and then heat and cold. So long as they're opposite each other. This setup is probably not the most effective. I could probably make a much better one, but it's a very compact setup. I used in a mod pack called Compact Claustrophobia. I really enjoyed it. Might make a couple of videos to help some players with that, because seems a lot of players give up after the first couple moments because of all the work you have to do. But it provides an okay, decent amount of power, but it does need a lot more steel. Because the thermoelectric generators, as you can see here, require lead, 2 copper coil blocks, which you saw me make earlier, and then a high voltage coil block. It's made the same as these, but instead it uses steel wire, which is made with steel plates, which you need steel ingots for. I prefer use a compactor, steam hammer, or a chef rat to save on steel. You can also, if you're lucky, get them in treasure chests for steel plates. It's a low drop chance, but I think that's actually higher than the copper, which is kind of funny. Where's the copper? 78? Nope, they're the same. But definitely, I'm gonna die if I fall. Definitely get your steel production amped up. Coke oven, that's what it's called. Got it. I made 2 because I always needed creosote oil and a lot of coal coke for the steel production. I've already got a big supply of steel and coal coke and creosote oil, so I currently don't have it automated anymore than it is now. So if I just throw some iron in here, I could probably get maybe a good stack more or something of blocks. So these preheaters, definitely add the 2 preheaters to your upgraded blast furnace once you've gotten a little steel and upgraded your normal one, because they speed it up a pretty decent amount. It may not be completely noticeable. I've never really checked because once I have these, I attach them right away. And so definitely upgrade it though, and add a hopper on top or something. Just import iron and leave it in the background to run, because they are still very slow. So yeah, there you go with the steel. And yeah, alright, so that's about the main basic points of power I wanted to cover. It's pretty easy to get those done, as you saw with this. Looks expensive. Don't know why I've got that. Oh yeah, it's not a full ingot, that's why. But it's fairly easy to provide power. The Kinetic Dynamo I only got because why not? And because I couldn't find any decent other use for mana infused ingots, so I just decided power. So hope it helped. Like I said, if you follow those, it shouldn't be too difficult to get, but definitely might want to automate your sluices. So as you see, I've moved my dirt to this one, solely to that one, and my gravel and sand to here. I made 2 more. It was kind of expensive at the time to get 2 more item transfer nodes, but it definitely sped it up tremendously and cleared all my gravel, all my sand, and all my dirt. And it also seems that, oh, can't get up, that my smelter is able to keep up just fine. So now, as you can see just at the bottom little red line, I've got a ton of iron. So I'm ready for creative crafting. Real excited about that. So, but anyways, hope that helped out with your power issues and whatever else you were trying to sort out with all that. And I will probably see you guys in the next video. Bye!